Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Blackblade and welcome back again to a brand new vlog series featuring the Elementalist Ice Golem build. Now, before I start, I'd like to apologize to you guys. I know I haven't uploaded anything as of late. You know, I've been busy with work and taking care of grandma and all that. But you know, I'm back and I'm really excited for this league. This league is probably one of the best league that I've played. Next to Abyss. Abyss was also very enjoyable, but this one is amazing because you know you get to another chance to get the headhunter, which I haven't gotten in in the previous leagues. Well, anyway, so let's get into the build. Of course, we are going to be a elementalist for this because we are going to be getting the additional 2 golems for that. So we're gonna be taking the Liege of the Primordial, which increases the damage of our golem and gives us an additional one golem. Next will be the Elemancer. Again, this will give us another golem, so that's going to be a total of 6. Depending on where you want to go, if you want to go with a Victario's Charity, so that's going to be only like 6 golems. But if you're going with 7 golems, that's going to be a little wanky because there's a lot of advantages with having a shield. Aside from the elemental resistances, you get an additional life in there. So yeah. I haven't really. I've only gotten 2. I haven't actually gone and gotten the third one because there's really nothing much that you could choose when it comes to the Elementalist skill tree, other than probably the Paragon of Calamity, which I haven't really gotten yet. But still, I was already able to do up to tier 11 map. And that's the maximum map that I've done so far because I've been breezing through the game really fast, just to get as far as possible before I hit that I'm bored part. So yeah, if you wanna push it further, you guys could get the Paragon of Calamity. Else, we did get the Grave Intentions here just to increase the chaos resistance of our golems. Else, this is not really necessary. You could probably put that somewhere else. Probably getting the Whispers of Doom, which I will get into when I progress further into the game. Lord of the Dead, Heart and Soul with all the life nodes. A lot of jeweled sockets. In fact, how many jeweled sockets do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yeah, this is going to be a build that's very dependent on some very unique jewels like this, the Anima Stone. It's very typical, the Primordial Primordial Might and Primordial Eminence, just to get an additional golem. And then for the rest, you're going to be getting the Primordial Harmonies, another harmony there. I have another Eminence somewhere. Yeah, I have another Eminence over here. It's a good min-max of whether you want your golems to have more attack speed or not. I chose 2 Eminences just to give them an additional 40% attack speed, which will help a lot. The Primordial Harmony again over here, and another Primordial Harmony. Of course, as much as possible, get a 20% increased damage. The cooldown and cooldown recovery, the both cooldowns is not really necessary, because they don't really die as often. They're very tanky. And for the rest, nothing really special. Just get some life, some more life nodes over here. All of the life nodes over here. Some more life nodes over there. Down over here, and then some more life nodes over here. Now the build is at level 86, and yeah, I'm going to get the Whispers of Doom for the additional curse, so that aside from the vulnerability, my target curse is the temporal chains. So that's going to be 2 curse on hit supports from the ball lightning. Alright then, so that's about it. Nothing much to discuss, I guess. If you want to go with the third ascendancy skill node, go with the Paragon of Calamity. Or probably the Shaper of Desolation, I guess. I'm not exactly sure if the confluxes also affect the minions. Probably not. That's why I didn't really take it. So yeah, probably the next big thing is the Paragon of Calamity, just for the damage reduction of 8% for any element that you've been hit. with. Alright, so when it comes to gear, it's a pretty standard golem build. If you guys are already familiar with the more popular flame golem build, Clayshaper and then the Victario's Charity will be essential, again because of the Necromancer of the Aegis here. All the bonuses from the shield gets transferred to the golems, which they will have power charges and frenzy charges, which will make them hit a little bit harder versus 7 golems. So you may want to play around if you want to. Some people, or I've seen builds which really prefer 7 golems instead of 6, which is far helpful because that's 7 more monsters that could attack for you. The rest is pretty standard. Now the devotions, Devoto's devotions is not really necessary. It's just that when I was looking at PoE trade for Ice Golem, increase the increases of damage for the Ice Golem. This was one of the cheapest. This was like only 10C, and the rest is almost 80 and above, or even 70, and it's just too expensive for me, specifically if for somebody who's only starting into the league. And yeah, so that's the only reason I got this. But once I get more chaoses, and I'm going to change this with something with life and then resist, and then of course the increase in the Ice Golem damage. Make sure it's 40%. The rest is fairly mediocre. I'm just going for something with life and resist. And so with my rings, also life and resist. Now you may notice that there's a lot of accuracy rating with my amulet and my 2 rings. The reason for that is, in my research, I believe that the Ice Golems are affected by accuracy rating. In fact, some builds go with like Consi Day Shield, the one with you can't your hits always hit or can't be evaded or something like that. So yeah, that's going to effectively affect on the DPS or the maximum DPS of your Ice Golem. So either go like Considale if it's too expensive. I think it's 80C now, so yeah, it's still a bit expensive. If you can't afford it, go with Victarios, and then get rings and amulets which has huge accuracy rating, so that's going to help a lot. This is the bomber right here. Hatred has a 54%, the string of servitude, which increases or triples the whatever implicit modifiers are there. I chose this one because that's 150 plus increased aura effect of our hatred, which will make our Ice Golems punch a bit harder, or a lot more harder. So if you can, definitely get this one into your build. I think I've only picked this one up, but the string of servitude is just too much in the PoE trade, that I believe that this is going to be relatively cheap. Now, when it comes to our what's acted to our Ice Golem, that's going to be attached to Ruthless, minion damage, hypothermia, multi-strike, and melee physical damage. Now, instead of hypothermia, you guys could go with Empower. I'm still leveling this up because the viable Empower is 4, I think. I think 3 could level 3 could also work. Level 4 is a bit expensive in the PoE trade. So yeah, instead of using that, I just chose the hypothermia instead. Or you guys could use the faster attacks. You could probably play around with this one. Some people go with projectiles. They focus mainly on the projectiles part, but that's going to be bad, because if you guys observe how the Ice Golems attack, they only do that less. They do that less often than they do their melee, or they do their rolls, which is all on the melee physical aspect of the golem. So yeah, just use hypothermia or faster attacks instead. Multi-strike, of course, and then melee physical damage. For the rest, we have a vulnerability with course on hit, faster castings, and then ball of lightning. So yeah, once I get the whispers of doom, I'm going to add a temporal change, because some monsters are really attack really fast. So yeah, temporal change will be very helpful. Next will be CWDT attached to increased duration, Immortal Call, and Frost Wall. This will be your 2 primary defensive skill gems. Immortal Call, the Frost Wall and Immortal Coil is really helpful, specifically if there are monsters, or there's a lot of monsters who are attacking like super fast, just push a wall in front of you, and then for our movement speed, we are going to use the leap slam, just leap slam away. Either that, or you could use shield charge. Any of those will work, but then again, it's pretty hard to shield charge when there's a frost wall somewhere, and it's going to be chaos. There's going to be a lot of chaos in the battlefield and the likes. Alright, so next I have Enhance over here, which I'm just leveling up. I have Convocation, and then attached to Empower. The Convocation is there simply because the Ice Golems have a habit of rolling forward into enemies and then not coming back. So what they will do is they are going to attack the monsters which are behind the monsters that they did not kill, and those monsters in front might kill you. So the Convocation is great for just summoning them back, just in case that they don't kill the first monsters in front. So that's going to be absolutely dangerous. So add Convocation in your build. I have Summon Skeletons over here. It's a Vaal Summon Skeletons. The only reason that I'm using this one is for added meat shields, specifically in bosses or dangerous pack mobs. So it's going to be great. We have Arctic Armor over here, again for some additional physical and fire damage mitigation. We have Leap Slam, and then attached to faster attacks. That's going to be our movement skill gem. Not basically, really fast. So I just use more often the Quicksilver because my character already walks pretty fast. So shield charge will be good if you guys are comfortable with it. Finally, we have the Generosity. Generosity attached to Hatred. That's going to be good because again, it's going to increase the buff for the Hatred. Alright then, so let's go in. Did I forget anything? The flasks that I'm using are just pretty meh or mediocre. I believe that there's a lot of good flasks out there that you guys could use. Haven't really gone into research into what effective flasks to use. One of the things that I'm using is the evasion part. You can use the armor part probably. I think it's better to take the hits and then mitigate some damage. But for me, I'm using the evasion. It's just better to evade because most of the time at 4.3k, the monsters kind of 2 or 3 shot you, so you need to be you need to be absolutely really fast, or just evade it as much as possible. Now we are at level 86. Our life is at 4.3k. I can't really tell you much. Fire, cold, and lightning resistance are all capped. Not pretty good with armor and with evasion. So I'm gonna work on those. We do have a chill and freeze avoidance of 100%, which is always amazing. Alright, so the first clip that I'm going to show you guys is my Atsiri run. I was really surprised that this went super fast. As you can see, the first Vaal minion or monster is already dead, and now I'm done, or I'm up to the second one, and then the golems or the ice golems actually attack super fast, and it was super easy with little to no problems at all. The next set of monsters, of course, was again super easy. I didn't really encounter any problems here. I did pop the Vaal skeletons over there, just to provide some additional meat shield again. It was super fast, as you can see there, and I really didn't have any problems with it. Of course, the next part will be Atsiri. Atsiri herself was actually pretty easy, and I was actually expecting to die here, but I didn't. The only times that that my golems died were out of the reflect from the from Atsiri, and as you can see, I was down there by 4 golems. Started recasting again, and it was absolutely quite fast. Again, they will die, when it comes to some specific reflect maps. So you have to be wary of that. So as you can see, I think she's already dead by then. No. I think this is one of her final forms. No, not final forms. Final mirror things. And then as you can see there, one of my minions already died, and then she's already dead. So it's actually pretty easy, and I think it's a really good build for a speed run when it comes to speed running at City. So when it comes to maps, the highest map that I was able to do is a map, tier 11 map. As you can see, this is the final boss. This is the final boss over here. It wasn't. I didn't really have any problems with it. The only, again, one of the problems with Ice Golems are they do this roll attack. And what they do is they roll and then they move past several monsters behind. But then one of the issues there is that they don't come back if the monsters in front didn't die. So that's going to be a little bit dangerous when it comes to playing this build. So the frost wall really helps, and the Convocation too, because if they roll forward, you want them to summon them back in front of you, and summoning them back in front of you also mitigates a lot of damage because the Ice Golems are basically in front of you, so any projectiles that are coming for you will be absorbed by the Ice Golem. So you have to be a little bit careful when it comes to playing maps. It is a bit slow as you go higher into the maps. Not as slow as like super slow. It's just that you have to be careful, specifically again if you have reflect mobs. I haven't really actually rolled one in any maps just yet, but yeah, I have rolled some reflect maps, and what happened there was my minions kept dying, and that is a huge problem. So yeah, you better stay away from physical reflect or elemental reflect map. So that's going to be a deterrence to to your build. Overall, I think the build is really fun, and starting the build with this with the Ice Golems is actually really fast, and you'll be able to progress through the incursion absolutely amazing, or absolutely fast with little to no problems at all. I think one of the issues that you will, or a wall that we may hit, because I'm already starting to hit it, is once you get into higher tier maps. I'm not saying that it's super hard. It's just that some of the bosses have this really ridiculous attacks that you can't really, or you can anticipate it, but sometimes it just they're just too fast, and you'd be dead in 2 or 3 shots. So yeah, again, investment in life is also a really good thing in order for you to not get one shot. Alright, so that's about it for this episode, guys. Again, let me know what you guys think about the build in the comment section down below. And thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'm gonna see you guys on the next part of the video. Have a good one.